Hey girl, it's Abbi J, and this is day 5 of what to do during a crisis. Oh man, you have made it through another week of quarantine, or you know what, if you're watching this later after the crazy coronavirus has passed, maybe another really stressful week of your life. And so I hope that these tips have been helping you, and I think this tip today on managing your fear is going to make all the difference. So in a really quick review of what we've been doing in the other videos, right? You've been journaling. You've been thinking about the things you're grateful for. You've been practicing self-care. You have developed a routine that you can keep up during the crisis. And now finally, we're going to talk about managing your fear and staying connected during this crisis. One thing that is so important to do during any crisis of our life is to manage our fear. Now, you're gonna wonder why this wasn't step number 1, right? Typically we're like, oh, don't worry, calm yourself down in a crisis. That's great and all, but you needed to be doing the other 4 steps to get to a point where you're actually in a healthy enough place, a calm enough place to truly assess your fear and assess the crisis from a higher perspective. So what has that got to do with this tip? Well, some daily things that I want you to work on are 1, figure out where your news sources are and who you want to listen to. So during this coronavirus crisis, depending on the website that you go to or your friends on social media, or even like what religion you are and what your church group leaders are saying or what the president is saying, it's all a little different. Have you noticed? Like, it's bad, don't get me wrong, but maybe one person's posting about how amazing humanity is, that we're sharing masks and that we give seniors extra hours to go grocery shopping, right? That's on one site. On the other site is about how many people are dying and how awful it's gonna get and that we're not gonna be able to go back to normal until November, right? All good info, all true info, right? But it's up to you to mentally choose what you want to listen to and what you want to subscribe to. The second part of managing your fear is also deciding a daily limit on how much news and new information you're going to take in. This is not about being naive. This is just not bombarding yourself with all of the endless information that can come at you during a crisis. So maybe you're gonna go a couple days without watching the news. Maybe you're just gonna check in and get the highlights from your favorite news source that's a little bit more positive. Or maybe you're somebody that likes to straight, hard, cold facts, and you are gonna go to a really trusted app and get all that information really fast. But limit it so that not all day your mood is just going up and down depending on what the news is. So limit your exposure to that, and not to be naive, but to just keep your mental sanity, because I think we all can agree that we know it's bad, right? And especially with a personal life struggle, we know how bad it is. We don't need to be constantly reminded, right? So you've done that, right? We've decided what sources we're gonna listen to. We've decided how much time we're going to give them. And now your third step in managing fear is to decide what you personally are going to do about the crisis in your life. So our brains love to solve problems, and we constantly do. And what's the most frustrating experience for us humans is when we can't solve our problems. And so you've got to decide, what can you do? What can't you do to make the situation better? And do those things that you know how to do. So right now in the coronavirus, okay, we're gonna socially distance ourselves, right? We're not going to go out to restaurants or stores or be around in public or go to beaches, right? And then we're also going to stay connected with people and have FaceTime calls with our family, or, you know, schedule something for yourself that will help get you through this. So those are actually things that we can do. Worrying about maybe like doctors and like their masks and do we have enough ventilators, those are problems that I personally can't solve. Maybe if you're a medical professional, you can solve those problems, but I don't have masks to give. I don't have the skills to create a ventilator, so I can't solve those problems. So this tip is all about deciding what you can solve, what you can't, and just doing what you can. I can stay at home, I can send love and support through social media, I can do these videos, but that's about what I can control of this situation. It's important to know those things because it will help you manage your fear and your expectations right now, because our brain can have a problem that we can solve. Okay, I know that was a lot of information thrown at you about managing your fear, but I also want to remind you that if at any time during this quarantine or any time during the personal crisis that you find yourself through, go back, review these videos. If you find yourself really peaked with anxiety, stop and check yourself and say, do I need to journal this out? Do I need to focus on my list of what I'm grateful for? Do I just need to manage my fear? Do I need to reach out and connect to a friend? Do I need to go take a hot shower so I can relax? Like, it's okay to be at different spots during this whole process. So go back, review these videos as you need, and I hope that you know that we truly are in this all together and that we're gonna get through this and that you personally can come out stronger because of it. So wishing you so much love. I hope that you are staying safe and healthy, and best of luck during your personal crisis, because we can take these tips and apply them to coronavirus, but we can also take these tips and apply them to your personal struggles. So I hope that you can do that. I hope these skills can transfer over for you, and I'm just wishing you the best of luck. So thanks for being with me on this 5-day video series, and I can't wait to just see you on my channel. So Abbi J out.